The Galactic Council's delegation materialized in the center of the United Nations Assembly Hall, with the characteristic shimmer of quantum displacement technology. Ambassador Zekthor, a towering crystalline being from the Andromeda sector, raised 3 of his 7 appendages in what his species considered a gesture of peaceful greeting. People of Earth, his voice resonated through universal translators. We have traveled across the stars to deliver grave news. Your world is in danger. The assembled human representatives exchanged glances. Secretary General Maria Santos stood, her expression carefully neutral. We appreciate your concern, Ambassador. What kind of danger are we discussing? Zekthor's crystalline form pulsed with an amber glow, confusion perhaps or concern, the kind that has consumed 17 civilizations in the past millennium, the kind that lurks in the dark spaces between stars. We, the Galactic Council, have monitored your species for centuries, and now that you have achieved preliminary fusion technology, the ancient protocols demand we offer you protection. Protection from what exactly? Asked General Harrison, his weathered face betraying nothing but professional interest. The alien delegation shifted uncomfortably. Besides Zekthor, Ambassador Rilna of the Proxima Alliance extended her telepathic tendrils. From the Devourers, from the Void Collective, from the Endless Storm, from threats you cannot yet comprehend. Dr. Chen, Earth's chief xenobiologist, leaned forward. Ambassador, forgive my directness, but we've been broadcasting radio signals for over a century. We've been visible to any civilization with basic detection technology. Why haven't these threats found us already? The question hung in the air like a challenge. Zekthor's glow shifted to violet embarrassment. Because, he admitted slowly, they have. 3 times in your recent history, Devourer scout ships entered your solar system. 3 times they retreated. They retreated? Santos repeated, her eyebrows rising. From us? Not from you directly, Zekthor clarified. But after observing your world, they classified your species as a level 7 hazard. They chose not to engage. The UN Assembly erupted in murmurs. Harrison's lips twitched into something that might have been a smile. Level 7 out of how many levels, Ambassador? 10, Zekthor said quietly. We of the Galactic Council average level 3. Dr. Chen stood, her tablet displaying rapidly scrolling data. Let me understand this correctly. These devourers that have consumed 17 civilizations decided Earth was too dangerous to attack? Yes. What did they observe that frightened them? Zekthor's form darkened. Your history, your wars, your literature, your entertainment media. He paused, searching for words. You are the only species in known space that weaponizes kinetic impactors from orbit for fun. You call them rods from God and discuss them casually in your military academies as theoretical exercises. That's just theoretical, Harrison interjected. Is it? Zekthor countered. The Devourer analyst also noted that within a single century, your species went from primitive aircraft to splitting atoms, from basic computers to artificial intelligence, from chemical rockets to plans for interstellar travel. You survived 2 global wars that should have ended your civilization. You created weapons capable of sterilizing your own planet and then, inexplicably, chose not to use them en masse. Ambassador Drillna's tendrils quivered. You write stories about fighting gods and winning, about facing extinction and laughing, about individual humans holding off armies. We thought these were historical records until we realized they were entertainment, fantasies you create for pleasure. Science fiction, Santos said softly. They're just stories. Just stories? Zekthor's glow intensified to brilliant white. The Void Collective intercepted one of your transmissions, a film called Independence Day. They watched humans using primitive technology defeat a spacefaring civilization in days. Their analysts spent years trying to determine if it was a warning or a documentary. Dr. Chen couldn't suppress her laugh. You're saying aliens are afraid of us because of Hollywood movies? We are saying, Zekthor continued gravely, that every species the Devourers encountered either surrendered immediately or fought conventionally and lost within weeks. But your species, your contingency plans include ramming spacecraft into enemy vessels, deploying nuclear weapons in close proximity to your own forces, and biological warfare protocols that would horrify most civilized worlds. You have 17 different extinction-level weapon systems and dozens of theories about fighting enemies you've never met. General Harrison leaned back in his chair. Ambassador, with all due respect, we're not that special. We're just survivors. Exactly, Zekthor said. You are survivors of your own world, a planet your scientists describe as actively hostile to life. Your gravity is crushing by galactic standards. Your atmospheric oxygen concentration would be toxic to 70% of spacefaring species. Your fauna includes creatures that hunt for sport, plants that evolve poisons faster than we can catalog them, and microorganisms that have killed more of your own kind than all your wars combined. Yet you not only survived, you thrived. You made pets of apex predators and farmed your planet's most dangerous regions. The assembly had fallen silent. When the endless storm arrived at your solar system, Zekthor continued, they observed your satellite network, your primitive but functional weapons platforms, your divided nations that somehow coordinate when facing external threats. They saw a species that reached space despite countless setbacks, that explores radioactive ruins for scientific knowledge, that volunteers for one-way missions to other planets. They left. They classified you as pre-ascendant aggressor species and recommended a 10,000-year quarantine period. Santos stood slowly. So when you say you want to protect Earth, we want to protect the galaxy from Earth, Zekthor admitted. Until you mature, until you learn peace, until you stop being so terrifyingly creative about survival. Harrison actually smiled now. Thank you for your honesty, Ambassador. But I think we'll pass on your protection services. You don't understand. Drillna's tendrils writhed in agitation. What happens when you discover faster-than-light travel? When you bring your innovation and adaptability to the wider galaxy? Dr. Chen grinned. Then I suppose the galaxy should have accepted your protection when they had the chance. The human representative stood as one, a gesture of dismissal that needed no translation. Zekthor's crystalline form pulsed through a rainbow of emotions before settling on resigned blue. Very well, he said. The Council will respect your decision. But please, humanity, when you do reach the stars, and we know you will, remember this conversation. Remember that fear and respect are sometimes indistinguishable. As the aliens shimmered out of existence, Santos turned to her colleagues. Well, that was enlightening. Indeed, Harrison agreed. I suppose we should update our first contact protocols. And maybe, Dr. Chen added with a mischievous smile, keep making those movies. Apparently they're our best defense. Outside the UN building, 7 billion humans continued their daily struggles, unaware that the galaxy's greatest civilizations had just collectively decided to leave them alone, not out of respect for human rights or interstellar law, but out of something far more primal: fear.